wait until people arrive, if anybody arrives, because we can't even see if there's anybody arriving. I'm actually looking. The reason I'm here is what I'm trying to test out is how I get the phone running. Hey, hi, Catherine. I was wondering where I'm going to be able to find my comments. There it is. I'm just testing right now. I don't know. You can ask me anything you want. Hey, Annette. Cool. I hear from you a lot, Annette. A lot of comments. I'm sitting outside at a Starbucks, so I don't know even if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Somebody say, yes, I can hear you. I'm using this microphone and I don't even know, I'm not sure it works. Oh, good. I'm using the microphone to try and get rid of any cars, the noise from cars going by and stuff like that. Because I'm sitting outside at Starbucks. It's actually pretty chilly now. It's almost nighttime. I actually need these glasses to see the comments. Oh, and here's a huge page on my laptop. My laptop is so quiet, the speakers on it are so quiet. I hear myself talking, but it's in the past and it's very quiet, sort of faint. So how's everybody out there doing? The snow is gone in Vancouver and it's not raining. Can you hear me when a bus goes by? Hey, Frederick. Yeah, there's actually lots of comments on the computer screen. Tim Donovan, Ernie Brown, Destination, Uncertain, a whole bunch of people. I'm quite surprised. The screen says 10 people already, and 2 people give me a thumbs up. This is the first time I've been on, so I'm really only here to test it out and see if it works and how I can get it to work. I didn't do a video today because I couldn't think of anything to do the video about. Some of the time when I start to make sort of commentary, do one of these, like a, what do you call it, just a talking head kind of video. When I try to do one, I frequently feel like I'm getting too passionate and a little scary. I'm actually a kind of a fun guy, but and I see most. Hey, Australia, Bolongia, cool. Australia's a long ways away. I'm in Vancouver, in Canada. It's almost spring, and one of the reasons I wanted to do this was because I've probably been in my bus now for 2 years. Who's that? I can't take my glasses off. I can't be handsome and read the messages. Oh yeah, Destination met me at Schoolypalooza. A lot of people met me at Schoolypalooza. I was the guy with the bus right at the entrance, and I had a sign up, and everybody who walked by said, "Hi, Gus," in the bus. Every single person. That's one of the things that I enjoyed most about RTR was the number of people that I met. And I talk to people every day, all day long. The people walking by are like looking at me going, what the heck is that guy doing? I could do a video about getting some extra keys made. I did make a video about losing my keys, and then I made a quick video to get people to stop worrying about that. My channel is about other things. I live in a bus. Next year I could be living in a catamaran or a boat or an apartment. Right? So the fact is I live in a bus right now, but my videos are not about my bus. I might mention that I have a problem, but you know, I don't want to get into great long discussions about having lost my key. That is so mundane to me. what happened is I lost my key. I phoned the Ford dealership and said, can you cut it based on the VIN number? They said, no, your bus is too old. Then I phoned a locksmith who had to come over and put a new lock in the driver's ignition and cut a key for the door, or put a new lock in the door. And it took them lots of hours to do it. It's my bus is a 1995. So they don't know what they're getting into when they come to see me. They just give me a price, and they came. They were two guys. They actually worked for 4 hours.
But then he's like, I gotta text him.
So what are my other comments about it?
When he did it?
Little gray and white bus, and I parked right next to Destination Uncertain. What's your name, Destination? What do you drive? You're in a little white bus? Anyway, I'm not sure who you are. I could do a video about getting some extra keys made, and there's no point in doing that. I told you why. I'm not going to make videos about my bus. The reason I'm not is because I don't know about that stuff. And there's absolutely no reason for me to show people how to cut a piece of plywood or screw a screw. That makes me feel, how would you put it? I feel like I'm talking down to people if I start to show them how to do the simplest things that I've done. And all the things that I've done are very simple. Cut a piece of wood, put a screw in, add some glue, and then put my bed on top. You know, it's too easy to explain. It's too easy to do. And no one needs to study it in advance. They can just buy a piece of wood and have a way to cut it, or ask the store to cut it, and then glue it together. And just glue it together with a screw, it's fine. Just as long as you buy large enough wood. Anyway, so who else is here? Hi Gus, John from Waterbury, Connecticut, Frederick Heron. We could do this. I've explained why I'm not going to do that. John from Waterbury, Connecticut. We love you, and we're concerned about you. Look, guys, I'm a 70-year-old guy. I've lost keys before. Everybody has lost a key. Every single person, and we all survive. You needn't worry about me about things like that. That meant, you know. I wouldn't have gotten in my bus if I didn't feel capable, and if I didn't feel that I or somebody I could hire could solve the problem, then I wouldn't be in my bus. I'd be doing something else. That's one of the things that I'm quite surprised about, is the number of the questions. You guys should ask me questions. Ask about you know, how I got in my bus, for example. I've been in it now 2 years. Or, what's it like to be traveling around without somebody? Do you feel lonely? Do you need a dog? You could ask questions like that. John Chalker. What I'm trying not to do is talk down to people. Honestly, when I watch videos where where they show you how to make a bed, those people have put a lot of effort into it. They've studied it. They want to spend some time to teach you how they did that. But I bought a piece of 2x4 and cut it and screwed it together and put my bed on top. I didn't put any effort into trying to figure out, you know, which would be the best or anything like that. I just did it. And so I've got nothing to say about it. Whereas the other person may have gone, well, you know, we checked out, we established that a 2x4 was good, and we decided to make it out of the material you use to build a house. And we did this and we did that. And they can tell you a big story because there's a big story involved in their production. Whereas I went down and said, I need 3 pieces of 2x4, these boards for slats, and then just screwed it together. And I actually went and bought the wood and had the bed made within an hour. I made the bed right there at Home Depot. And all I needed was a saw to do that. So what I'm trying to say is that I feel like I'm talking down to people if I try to make that a big deal. So I'm not going to be talking about my bus, almost never, other than answer questions or, what do you call it, help people understand how wonderful my life is relative to the way it was in the past. Whether they know how to do the inside or not is really unimportant to me. The big thing about, for me, living in the bus is that I'm meeting new people, lots of new people. I meet people that, I'm 70 years old, so, if I go to a coffee shop, the normal people who talk to me will be somewhere around my age group, older guys and older women. I won't be often meeting girls in their 20 or, men that are 20 and stuff like that. We don't often have conversations. But if I park my bus on the street, then people of all kinds of people come up to me, all ages, all kinds of situations, and they're all asking about what my life is like in the bus. So I meet a whole lot of new people every time I go out anywhere. And I have good experiences with them. We, laugh at different things, and I share my experiences, they share their experiences. So my life has expanded a whole bunch since I started traveling around. Before, I would go to a coffee shop in the morning, and I'd meet the same 12 people. They weren't the people I chose to be my best friends, but they turned out to be because I'm living right beside them. So my neighbors turned out to be the people I saw the most. Now that's okay. I was happy. What I wasn't happy about was living in a smaller apartment by myself without the ability to drive and go and visit other places because I couldn't afford a car and a rent. So what I did is buy the bus and start to take off and travel. Now I've got things popping up, crap popping up all over. There's some kind of ad popping up in front of the comments. John Culver's thinks I'm talking down to people. Maybe I am, but that's what I try to avoid. I find some questions, for example, on Facebook, just absolutely astounding that somebody will even ask it. A simple answer, like a simple description of that is somebody said, should I finance or buy my van outright? Well, everybody's got a different financial situation, and everybody sort of has different goals, and people are either employed or not employed. They can either afford to finance it or they can't. They're just asking the Facebook group that question seems like ridiculous. I think the person who asks a question like that is probably lacks the ability to have a lifestyle like this because they can't make up their own mind, or they're not willing to do the research they need to do. Anyway, Gus, you are cool. We love you. Okay. Where's Wendy? Oh, hi. Where's Wendy? How are you? I follow you and make lots of comments on your stuff. I think I do anyway. If you're the right, where's Wendy? I wish you were still down in California, says Jeffrey. Middle class jackass says, what is it? Watch where I am, bad connection. There sure is lots of noise here. Where's Wendy says she can hardly hear me. When I started up, I asked if people could hear me, and they said, yeah. I'm using this lavalier microphone. So do you need more volume? I'm going to take the microphone off. Now tell me if the microphone's better or no microphone. Yeah, I'm right in traffic's lab because I'm sitting at a Starbucks. I really only came to test this out to see if it works. So can somebody tell me if microphone is better? Okay, so we'll plug that in again. Okay, the microphone's plugged in, so I guess you can hear me, and we're back to a clearer sound. In the future, I'm going to be doing this at another spot, but right now, the only spot I've got tonight, the microphone's good because it is muffling the noise. That's good. Anyway, the reason I'm here is because I get a reasonable connection, but I can't do it here all the time because I can't do live video here all the time because of the noise. Microphone. This is John. Okay. Okay, Greg G says perhaps you were away from the window, or if I was away from the window. Well, I'm right beside the window, right here, like this. I don't. This is Starbucks. This is look. It's a busy street. It's a busy street with huge buses going by. There are thousands of people traveling by here because this is the route that takes people from university back home at night. And it's rush hour, so it's going to be very noisy. So has anybody got any questions about me and my bus and my bus life, that kind of thing, other than like, did I get my keys? Yes. Am I surviving? Yes. Am I warm? Yes. You know, just general kind of questions may be good. I'd love to give you some. You should get yourself a. Jesus, I can't look there because the messages here disappear before I can read them, and they're very small on my phone, so I have to look down here to see what anybody said. You should get yourself a Wi-Fi booster. I'm at Starbucks. I could sit in my bus outside of Starbucks, but it would still be very noisy. I'd still have all of these buses going by. What I need is a Wi-Fi in a location where there isn't so much noise. When I do my videos, some of the reasons I do the voiceover is because there's too many distracting noises when I'm shooting the video, and the same thing happens. Like, for example, if one of my clips is let's say a picture of the water, sometimes the noise the water's making and I can't include it because there's people talking in the background, and sometimes I will include the noise of the water because it's silent otherwise. But always, the way in which these videos are produced is not always the same unless you're in a studio. In a studio, you can control the sound, you can control the lighting, you control it. But if you're outside and you're shooting anything outside, you certainly can't control it. And I can't control the buses going by. And Where's Wendy is actually asking me when I'll travel back to Venice Beach. I live in Canada, and I live on a pension. So my pension, every year I do my income tax, it says, have you been out of the country longer than 6 months? And probably that happens in every country because they need to know where you're supposed to pay your tax this year. If I was more than 6 months in the United States, maybe I have to pay tax in the States. But my pension is dependent on me being here at least 6 months of the year. So I won't go back down to Venice until October. I may go down a little earlier this year because I came back in the spring so soon. I came back in February actually, so I could leave in August or September and head south, but it's most likely I'll go in October. Maybe September, that's about it. So I'll be in Venice at the earliest in October and maybe as late as November. And then I'll be down there for 6 months and come back again. And Annette's asking me if I got plans to change anything in the bus. I always have plans to change stuff in the bus. It's changing around all the time. I'll give you an example, is that I had planned to put the solar panels on the roof. I didn't put them on the roof. So I put them on the back window and on the side of the bus, and the easiest location for me to put my batteries is close to those solar panels, but right now they're on the other side of the bus at the front, and I might move them to the garage at the back close to the solar panels, now that I decided to put them on the side. But I'm like everybody else. Originally I was going to do stuff just like everyone else. I was going to buy a bus, I was going to put in a bed, and maybe a large bed, but I put in the smaller bed because I wanted to put in the shower and the bathroom. And then I went out and, you know, now that I had my bed made and I could sleep in it, I started to talk to other people in motorhomes and stuff. And none of them used the bathroom. They used it as a closet. Not one of them used the shower. They used the community center or some other option. Because they, at least in Vancouver, it's a long drive to find a location where you can dump your sewer. And you have to pay to dump your sewer. And you have to pay to dump the gray water. So they would be like, well, gee, I can go to the bathroom in the park washroom or in Starbucks or someplace like that. They don't need a bathroom. So they never used it. They always found some other alternative for all of those things. And so when everybody who had a bathroom didn't use it, I couldn't see the point in putting one in my bus. But I had just already bought a smaller bed in order to have room for the washroom. Anyway, that's how stuff works. And then where the space that I had in plan to use for the washroom, I then turned into kind of a garage area where I could put a generator and gas for the generator, and diesel for my heater, and, you know, building supplies, and tools, all that kind of stuff. So my bus is changing every day as my needs change, or as I change or change my mind. So okay, I'm looking to see who else is asking what or doing that. John Culver, what I was suggesting is that you get a Wi-Fi booster for your bus, so you could sit any. I have a phone, and the phone gives me 3G almost everywhere. So I don't use Wi-Fi except when I go to a coffee shop. I don't need a Wi-Fi booster. Please get that out of your head. I use my phone for all of my internet stuff. I came here because in Vancouver my connection is slow, but all the 6 months in the States I don't have that problem. What's your favorite part of the bus, Gus? Well, I don't have a favorite part. I bought the bus because it was the cheapest available vehicle that at that age with that mileage. I didn't fall in love with any part of it. And the bus is not my favorite vehicle. I'd much rather have a Ferrari than fly in a jet go to other countries. But that's what I can afford. So there's no favorite part to it. Well, the favorite thing, if I was going to compare it with other vans, etc., are the windows. I've got a whole row of windows on either side. I can open them up, I can close them up, depends on the kind of conditions I'm in. So if I'm parked by where there's a breeze, a cool breeze, and the sun's really hot, I can just open the windows and it'll be air conditioned, especially on the West Coast. Anywhere I've been, all the way down the West Coast. Okay, Kathy saying good night. Good night, Kathy. Molly McGregor saying hi, and where's Wendy is saying good night. Hey, where's Wendy? When I'm not seeing your videos. I don't get it. Do you make videos? Where's Wendy? Do you make videos? Or am I thinking of someone else? Oh well, this is my first test. So in the future, I now know how to make it work, and I will find a spot where the sound isn't so bizarre, and maybe I'll let people know about it in advance. So what it said is that I've had 24 visitors. not very many, so this isn't a good time to do that. Kevin, I've thought about having a pet. I had pets all my life, but one of the things that, you know, I've been a responsible character all my life. I'm trying to get rid of responsibilities. Responsibilities will kill me. What I'm saying by that is that every single thing that you add to your life adds another responsibility, which adds more stress. And stress is what kills people. My father died when he was 50 and I'm almost 70, so I think I've cheated the system by 20 years already. So I'm not adding a pet to my life because a pet really doesn't. I'm happy by myself. I don't need people around me. I'm not like feeling lonely ever. I don't have any moment when I feel lonely. So I don't know what's going on here. It said that I wasn't connected. Now I've clicked it. I should have gotten back to a connection, but now my computer's not connected. So maybe this is a good time for me to say goodnight. Just say goodbye and go. Oh, there's a Darren Ball. Works. Okay, he's saying this works good. The live thing. Yeah. Okay. How can? Or can you go to Patreon and search Gus in the Bus and donate? It's Gus in the Bus, yeah, on Patreon. It's really easy. That's another thing I might say today is that some of my fans or some of my comments mentioned that, oh, now that you're subscribed, now that you're monetized, you'll be able to do this or that. Like you know, you can afford this or that. At the moment, I make 75 cents a day from YouTube. So sometime by the end of the summer, I'm going to get a check for $100 after about 90 days or more. So, you know, like none of this is, YouTube is not going to be paying an actual usable sum of money until sometime very late in the year. Maybe I could make $100 a month, maybe. But still, you know, if you're making 30 videos to make $100, you're getting paid $3 each. I'm getting something like 25 cents an hour or something like that. So no one should be thinking that I'm making piles of money from YouTube, because that could happen one day. And maybe it will, but it's not likely to happen unless somewhere, somehow, my followers squirt up really high, and I'm able to make, if that actually happened, then I'd be able to drive around. I've been asked to show more of the city, but that actually is costly. To drive my bus downtown and back is about $20. So who's going to spend $20 in a bunch of hours to make a buck, to make $1 back? That's a good way to get yourself out of business. You know, not out of business, but to force myself into, like, you know, huge expenses. So I can't spend money on my videos. I have to keep. In fact, my live stream cost me $2.50, and the most I could make from it is $1. Right? So, this is all this is all sort of an investment, but it's not a money-making thing. So, who's talking to me? Elizabeth, a whole lot of background noise. Nice to see you're doing well. Hard to understand when vehicles will fly. Oh, okay. Well, she says that I wish there was some way to increase your viewership. My viewership is constantly increasing, and there isn't a need to try and make it go faster than it does. For example, it's like people. I've had Facebook pages and that were very successful. And if you were to go and find somebody to like or follow you, who doesn't really want to, they kind of just screw up the numbers. They don't make it, like I've got 1,400 followers roughly, and about 300 people watch my videos. And yesterday, if I do 2 videos, one about going to the Japanese garden. And then as soon as I posted it, somebody asked me what happened to my keys. So I was at the Starbucks. I came outside and did a quick little update about the keys. A 1-minute update about the keys. And the 1-minute update about the keys got way more attention, like 5 or more times the attention than the one I actually spent time on, which was the visit to the Japanese garden. So, I mean, I don't care which one gets attention, but because I posted twice in a day, the one that I actually worked on didn't get any views. So you can't, as a producer of the videos, I don't know what's going to be liked and what's not going to be liked. The crazy thing is that the most popular video I made has had 200,000 views, and most of you probably have never seen it. It's called, what is it? It's the biggest nudist beach in the world. So it's getting a zillion views. But it's getting all those views from people that are in like Pakistan or some other place. I say Pakistan, but there are lots of people from India looking at it. It's because they search for nude beach, and then they find it and they look at it. But it's good, there's lots of views, but very few of them would ever be subscribers and be interested in the rest of the stuff I make. Anyway, it's time to go. This was a good test, and we'll try it out again soon. Maybe I'll work out time that I can do it each day, or at least each week, like maybe, Wednesday night or something. If anybody has any ideas about a good time, or make some comments about it, I can't. Now there's some ad popping. Oh, I see what it is. It's somebody I follow just finished a video. Marilyn McGregor, good night, Gus. Next time, good. Where's Wendy? Hasta luego. Good. Everybody's saying good night. Good night. I'll see you another day, but certainly I'll have a video up tomorrow. So that's it.